Almighty God, Creator, ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our counsels and actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that promote unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria. Honorable members have examined and approved the votes and proceedings of Wednesday, 28 May 2025. Honorable members, the business of the day is a motion on admittance into the chamber. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the Vice President, the President of the Senate, Senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the Chief of Staff to the President, Ministers, government officials, former clerks to the National Assembly, and other dignitaries to mark 26 years of uninterrupted democratic governance and appreciation of the National Assembly's central role in Nigeria's democratic evolution. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Robert, the House Leader. The House Leader is invited to move the motion for this expression of our votes. Mr. Speaker, representing the very good people of our federal constituency, Mr. Speaker, and from the state, I rise to move that the eminent patriots, nationalists, and supporters of progressive political movements clearly and eloquently outlined by the Speaker be allowed into the chambers for our deliberations today, which is a celebration of 26 years of uncontaminated and unadulterated and unbroken democracy and so forth. Thank you. Is the minority leader around it? Please can you rise and chamber? I represent the federal constituency and I am a man from River State. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion which was brought pursuant to Order 6 with 412 of the House rules to allow of these good chambers access to the chambers. I so second. Those in support of this motion to say aye. Aye. Those against to say nay. There's it. Louis, can you please supervise the admission of our visitors to the chamber, please?
Let's start. Thank you.
Sweet. I would have so for you. Oh man. Just listen, welcome. Sorry, my mom. I love you. Landlord. Yes. Former landlord. Yes, sir. Former landlord. Landlord. How are you? Good to see you. What are they? I'm not going to you. I know. They are always my brothers. So they go down. You still listen to them.
I'm not sure any logo. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you, sir. Welcome. Thank you.
National Assembly Service Commission and its commissioners, Deputy Clerk to the National Assembly, Clerk of the Senate and Clerk of the House of Representatives, Secretaries and Directors, and guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Democracy Day. Saturday, to establish that institution to remediate the terrible situation of Niger Delta. Thank you. The 10th Senate has acted decisively on 26 executive bills, showcasing a healthy balance of cooperation and oversight in its engagement with the executive arm. These executive sponsored legislations address key policy issues and that will benefit not just the Senate but Nigerians as a whole. And we have done this through thorough review and refinement. Beyond this, the National Assembly has received over 100 petitions from Nigerian citizens and civil societies. This is a testimony to the public trust in the institution. Of these, 28 petitions have been fully adopted, providing accountability. History teaches us that nations make a greater and the legislation guides with wisdom. But they prosper most when both work hand in hand, not as rivals, but as close stewards of the national trust. In the United States, Mr. President, the Civil Rights Act and the space race were all made possible through executive-legislative cooperation. In Rwanda and Ghana, transformation was achieved through shared resolve between these two arms of government. In South Africa, Mandela's dream was realized through executive-legislative collaboration. The lesson is very clear. Where governance is a partnership, progress follows. But where governance is a contest, the people suffer. Therefore, as we convert 26 years of uninterrupted democratic governance, we must renew our national commitment to foster collaboration between the different arms of government and ignore the critics who decide to tell the parliament rubber stamp. But they don't understand why we are here. Democracy is not a gift, it is a trust that we must protect. To the youth, we must not treat democracy without access. To the civil society, we must not let memory fade. To the media, we must be held accountable through responsible journalism. And to every Nigerian, democracy must not be reduced to election days. It must live in our values, it must live in our institutions, and it must live in our daily lives. So let us preserve the memory of June 12th. I respectfully ask Mr. President that we consider the establishment of a June 12 museum, a living archive where the stories, artifacts, struggles, and sacrifices of our leaders and the democratic movement will be housed, preserved, and taught. And let nations learn from the past losses of our dear country against democracy. That we are political home. We now have the singular democracy. That we are political home. We now have the singular privilege and honor to invite you to address your people. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Please be seated. Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, Principal Officers of the National Assembly, distinguished senators and honorable members, House of Representatives, here present, all former legislators here present, the National Chairman of All Progressive Congress, Secretary to the Government, honorable ministers here present, Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Clerk of the National Assembly, all senior government officials, gentlemen of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We perform honor and start before this joint session of our national. A parliament that embodies the will of the Nigerian people. Today, as I enter this grand edifice built from the sweat and toil of our democratic journey, my heart stirred
It was a blend of accomplishment and result. I felt a sense of collective accomplishment when I realized how far we have come as a nation. Since 1999, democracy has risen from the ashes and destitution of military rule to take its original rightful place as the only mode of government and belong to people. I remember that we still have so much to achieve this progress. We sought an elective office to lead this nation forward. Thus, I hereby affirm before you, our merciful and almighty God, and all men, and resolve to do all that I could do to safeguard and build our democracy as the defined hand intended for us to do. Since 2018, let me pay tribute to repression. We also remember the many civil rights activists, journalists, and politicians imprisoned, exiled, torn aside, tortured, and beaten by the military regime. We remember Chief Anthony Enoro, Commander Dan Suleiman, Chief Abraham Adesanya, Ayo Adebanjo, Chief Ganifawa, Malara Bugusa, Gani Ugaru, the journalist Balgoda Harpo, and some other people coming. I mention these names not to exclude or degrade the profound contribution of anyone else, but to illustrate through this we inherit the universality of our pursuit of democracy. The struggle was never the province of any one group or section of the country. It was pan-Nigeria in its conception, and it is even more pan-Nigeria as we strive to perfect it. It is fitting that I come to this chamber to you. You are the authors of the people's law, and I must be their faithful implementer. While we may not always agree, we must find a way to work together, because this is what democracy demands of us. I pledge myself to this cooperation and ask that you do the same for the good people of our country. Mr. Chairman, the National Assembly has acted to uphold democratic ideas at every critical moment in our nation's history. In 2006, the Fifth National Assembly protected our democracy against unseemly third standing that would have ripped our constitution apart. In 2010, the National Assembly, through the doctrine of necessity, opened the door for then Vice President Goodluck Jonathan to become the acting president following the illness of his predecessor. Even under the military, the National Assembly tried to protect our democracy. After General Abacha took over power on November 17, 1993, and dissolved the National Assembly, some of us, led by Senator Amoy, the Senate President of the Third Republic, defied the General and his doing, and we reconvened old Parliament building in Lagos and declare that was illegal. We had the courage to do so, the determination to reinstate democracy, but we were jailed for our defense. On behalf of a grateful nation, I commend your invaluable role in lawmaking, oversight, and constituency representation. At this point, I plead for your indulgence so that I may put a terrible rumor to bed. To those who may be alarmed that the agency is intent on a one-party state, I offer you a most personal promise. While your alarm may be as a result of your panic, it rings an error. At no time in the past, nor any instance in the present, and at no future juncture shall I view the notion of one-party state as good for Nigeria. I've never attempted to utter any political party registration with INEC. Equally, my dear friends and colleagues, we cannot blame anybody seeking to bail out of a sinking ship, even without a life jacket. Look at the political history. I will be the last person to advocate such a scheme. In the year 2003, when the then governing party tried to sweep the nation clean of political opposition through fraud and manipulation, I was the last progressive governor standing in my region. In their numbers, they boasted. In all their numbers and the false grandeur, they boasted of ruling not only governing Nigeria, but the next half century or more. Where are they now? Yet I still alone. Our allies have been induced into defeat. My adversary held all the cards that not a man could carry. Even with all of that, they could not control my destiny and could not control our national destiny because fate is written from the above. A greater power did not want Nigeria to become one-party state back then. Nigeria will not become such a state now. The fake effort to create a one-party state placed progressive political party forces on a trajectory to form the APC. It put me on the trajectory which has brought me before you today. I dare not such a favor to any political adversary by repeating the same mistake of political overreach. A one-party state is not in government, nor should it ever be. That said, we will be guilty of political malpractice if we close our door on those from other parties who now seek to join the
our party's newest members from Delta, and Akwa State, where the government said for Bowe and Pastor for Eno and other national members of this respected National Assembly. We are all welcome to the progressive vote. Nobody should close the door. Political parties fearful of members leaving may be better served by examining their internal processes and affairs rather than fearfully conjuring up demons that do not exist. For me, I would not say try your best to put your house in order. I will not help you to do so either. It is indeed a pleasure to witness you in such a disarray. Honorable members of this House, we must welcome and accept the diversity and the number of political parties, just as we welcome and embrace the diversity of our population. Our efforts must never be to eliminate political competition, but to make that competition salutary to the national well-being of working across the aisle, political aisle, whenever it is possible. One area in which democracy calls us to work together, whether in legislative or executive branch, whether in this or other political parties, is that the economy and social development of this country must not be compromised. On assuming office, my team and I move to reform our ailing economy. We introduce fundamental reforms to correct structural imbalances that prevented maximum growth. We are already seeing results. The GDP grew by 3.4% in 2024, with Q4 hitting 4.6%. The highest quarter growth in over a decade. Inflation is easing gradually, steadying the price of food staples like rice and beans. Our net foreign reserve has increased fivefold, and the naira exchange rate has stabilized. Our balance of payment position is positive. Our sovereign credit rating is improving, and we will continue to promote oil and non-oil gas exports. States do not need to go about borrowing to pay salaries anymore. In less than 1 year, over 100,000 a year, including 35,000 civil servants, have benefited from affordable consumer credit through the Nigerian Consumer Credit Corporation, enabling them to purchase vehicles, light up, and improve their well-being, and purchase life insurance. This July, we will launch a bold new initiative to empower 400,000 young Nigerians, including youth corpers, with consumer credit. We are committed to giving more opportunities to young people through job creation and skill development. Through such programs as Nigeria Education Fund, NELFund, we are investing in education and in the greater future of our country. Vocational training, apprenticeship, and entrepreneurship to ensure that our youth are job ready and future ready. In addition, we have embarked on an ambitious project to lay fiber optic cables across the nation, a transformative step towards bridging the digital divide and fostering greater connectivity. This initiative promises not only to enhance the speed and reality of internet access, but also to revolutionize how business operates, how students learn, and how community stays connected. By extending this critical infrastructure, we are empowering entrepreneurs, enabling digital education, and providing the tools for our youth to compete in a globalized economy. Our Nigerian First policy will further enhance progress and will consolidate market-driven growth. Improve economic performance is encouraging and validates the soundness of our policy measures with collaboration with you. Our medium-term growth target remains an economy growing at a 7% clip with a stronger manufacturing base. We must learn to produce and grow most of our food, and we are on the path to achieving food sovereignty. These and other reforms have placed the economy on a more rational footing, where critical decisions regarding the large-scale investment can now be made. We are making agriculture more sexy by providing tractors, and I ask you, the legislature, to join me as we enter the second half of our term to put forth innovative legislation that further encourages industrial development and job creation in our urban centers, while also drafting laws that improve food security and production. To further underpin our economic vision, we introduced a competitive tax reform package, a vital component of our economic re-engineering. I am deeply grateful to both chambers of this House for your thorough consideration and deliberation of these bills, and I look forward to signing them into law soon. Again, the collaboration across party lines on these bills has been a model of democratic partnership. You are great. As elected leaders, we must continue to do more to make real the dream of Nigerian political and economic democracy. We must be vigilant in expanding the political space. We must always value dialogue over dictatorship, persuasion over suppression, and right over might. With tolerant and broad-minded in our legislative action regarding speech and civil liberty. Do not be afraid to bear an unkind word spoken against you. Some of the best advice a politician gets sometimes comes from his most ferocious opponents, if they think well. The imposed silence of reproach for this may bring chaos and evil. Not the harmony of democracy. While malicious slander and libel should not go unattended, no one should bear the brunt of injustice from merely writing a bad report about me or call me names. Democracy requires a fair degree of tolerance for harsh words and stinging insults, particularly when they are pained because of their losses. Call me any name. I'm not here to make you happy politically. And I will still call upon democracy to defend your right to do so. Mr. Senate President, Mr. Speaker, distinguished senators and honorable members, our nation is not perfect, but it is strong. Our democracy is not invincible, but it is alive. And this means our dream of a prosperous, happy nation is still within reach and worth fighting for. Mr. Chairman, Nigeria is at an inflection point undergoing structural and fundamental change towards a secure future. Our administration is fully committed to boosting the economy and productive base through investment in critical infrastructure, roads, expansion of port operations, rail, and power. We are creating a new environment in which industry and manufacturing can thrive. Our tax and fiscal policy reform will streamline taxes, administration, and eliminate both some or multiple taxes, enabling our industrialists and entrepreneurs to operate in a more conducive environment. Governments must work and deliver value to the people. As part of our tax reform, we have provided small businesses with an exemption of tax, established the Office of Tax Ombudsman, and ensure transparency and protect taxpayers' rights. Digital tools now help us track performance and reduce waste. The diaspora bond and non-resident DVN are bringing Nigeria abroad into national development. So, in line with my promise during the New Year address to the nation, I recently appointed the board of directors of the newly established National Credit Guarantee Company. The company backed with 100 billion naira in an initial capital. With the Bank of Industry, BOI, which, by the way, is performing very well in supporting SMEs, Glacier, Credit Corp, and Murphy as stakeholders. BOI will play a significant role in transforming the nation's industrial landscape and reducing corruption. National security is the foundation of peace and progress. We have intensified security operations to reclaim communities from criminals and terrorists. We are better at coordinating intelligence and interagency cooperation. It has proved well for all. Our highways are safe enough, and we invest in technology and training to secure every inch of this country. Let's take this opportunity thank the men and women of our armed forces for their bravery in service of the nation, their selfless dedication to protecting our sovereignty and ensuring the safety of citizens to serve an inspiration to us all. As we celebrate the progress of our democracy, we must not forget the difficult role they play in safeguarding our freedom. For their courage and commitment, they deserve not only our gratitude, but also our continued support, prayers, and recognition. May God continue to keep our men and women safe. Fellow compatriots, our achievements are not the work of one man. They are the result of a collective effort to make possible the Nigerian dream. Yet, the journey is not over. We must work even harder to translate the broad macroeconomic gains into tangible improvements in the lives of ordinary Nigerians. We must stay the course, reject cynicism, and believe Nigeria can and will rise again. As we mark a 26th year of unbroken democracy, it is right to honor those who have made sacrifices in the past, braving all odds, and the ones to ensure we have a regime of democracy in our country. In this light, I announce the conferment of posthumous honor of CAFR on Kudirat Abdullah. The hearing of our good church children. I also confer posthumous honor on Sheikh Musaya Adwa, DCFR, and Professor of the University Admiral Kano, COA, Balara de Musa, CFR, Ashwa Irani, CFR, Bagadato, OON, Simaubani, OON, Dr. Corazon Futsi, CON, Alao Akabasono, CON, Chief Franco Gori, CON, Uma Oyeazo, Gami, COON, Gami Deleaku, OON, Frederick Castro, CON, Professor Festus Iyai, CON, Dr. Johnny Mafe, OON, Alaja Sawaba Babu, CON, Dr. Edwin Mabunabu, CON, Dr. Alex Ibu, CON, Nicola Ibu, CFR, President Fashion, CFR, Senator Ayafasani, CON, Senator Polikabuite, CON, and Dr. Nuruddin Olokoko, CON. I also have the honor to confer on Professor Police DCOA. Professor Alatidale COA, journalist and journalism teacher. Wọ́n Ayúdálé OON, Nova Ìgbẹ̀họ́, Dàpọ̀ Ọlọ́yọmí, Báyọ̀ Ọ̀nànúgbà CON, Ayọ̀ Ẹ̀gbẹ́ Òní, Báyọ̀ Babalisa CON, Bishop Mazi Azakofa CON. Senator Sọ́ni CON. Gbọ́dọ̀ Ìdásọ́ní CON. Barrister Fẹ́mi Fálànà SAN CON. Professor Ṣáfìdí Nàmúwò CON. Òwe Ìlàkẹ́fà OON. Barrister Aganẹ́nu OON. Senator Tokunbo Afikúyẹmí CON. Labrat Mapu OON. Káyọ̀dé Kọ́mọláfẹ́ OON. Dr. Tunji Aláùsá OON. Honorable Abdul Oro OON. Ojú Ẹ̀ńfẹ̀ OON. Ṣẹ̀yẹ Kẹ́hìndé CON. Barrister Felix Fuka CON. Barrister Legumiche CON. Honorable Olawale Osun CON. Dr. Amos Akeka CON. Professor Segun Gbadegesi CON. Obalaji. Lieutenant General Ikola Alani Akinrade retired GCON. Professor Bayo William CON. Senator Abu Ibrahim CFR. Senator Ahmed Bute CFR. Additionally, I conferred the national honor of CON on Uncle Sam Amuka Pemo, a legendary journalist and the publisher who remained true to his lifetime calling as he marked his 90th birthday tomorrow, June 13th. Furthermore, I also conferred Posthumus National Honor of Ken Saro-Wiwa, CON. He was the leader of the night with his fellow travelers, Sunday Johnny OON, Nogduero OON, Daniel Boko OON, Paul Lemera OON, Felix Uwetu OON, Baba Brea OON, Baba Kubert OON, John Cooper OON. I shall also be exercising my prerogative of mercy under the prerogative of mercy to grant this national hero a full pardon. Together with other names that shall be announced later in the conjunction with the National Council of State. Finally, it is my great privilege to now decorate the presiding officers of this National Assembly with the national honor earlier announced. In that presiding officers, please. Foundation. In conclusion,
from President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Tinubu is here. It is now my singular the Right Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives of the 10th National Assembly, Abbas, PhD, GCON. Your Excellency, former Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCL, Vice President of the Republic of Nigeria. My dear brother, Your Excellency, the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Godswill Akpabio, Honorable Justice Kudera Kekere Eku GCON, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, the National Chairman of the greatest party in Africa, AEC, Alhaji Gandhi, the Deputy President of the Senate, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, principal officers of the Senate and the House of Representatives, distinguished senators, and honorable members of the House of Representatives, executive governors, ably led by the chairman of the Nigerian Progressive Congress Board, former presiding officers of the National Assembly, the secretary to the government of the state, members of the Federal Executive Council, ambassadors, representatives, the head of the civil service of the Federation, the clerk of the National Assembly, service chiefs,
Sorry. It's not intentional.
President Chair implements by the officers,
I'm here to do my work.
the Chairman, National Assembly Service Commission and its commissioners, the Chief Commissioner of the Public Complaint Commission and your commissioners, the Deputy Clerk to the National Assembly, Clerk to the Senate and the Clerk to the House of Representatives, Secretaries of Directorates of the National Assembly Management Staff, distinguished invited guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, we are gathered in this summer chamber to celebrate a truly historic occasion, which is 26 uninterrupted years of democracy in Nigeria. Your Excellency's address has not only elevated our commemoration, but also affirmed the vitality and resilience of our democratic institutions. On behalf of the National Assembly, I express our profound gratitude for the honor given to us by His Excellency, the President and Commander of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, thank you so much. We are honored. I will not take this honor for granted. We recall with reverence the historic events of June 1993, a day when Nigerians across all divides united to affirm their collective way of democratic governance. We also salute His Excellency, President Tinubu, who himself was a frontline crusader in the Nigerian pro-democracy struggle. You are one of the patriots who labored so that democracy might thrive. And now you lead our nation under the banner of renewed hope. Your story itself is that of the triumph of democracy. Over the past 26 years, the National Assembly has served as the guardian of our democratic institutions. In 2006, we rejected the Part B. In 2010, we invoked the doctrine of necessity to ensure uninterrupted governance, and we have championed constitutional and electoral reforms subsequently. Since June 2023, under President Tinubu's stewardship and the 10th National Assembly, we launched an 8-point legislative agenda, fully aligned with the renewed hope agenda. Within 2 years, we have reviewed 2,263 bills. Of these, 65.3 have passed after reading, while 186 have been successfully passed. A total of 51 bills have received presidential assets, marking an unprecedented milestone for any president in his first 2 years. Congratulations to Mr. President. Our legislative efforts have yielded major progress on multiple fronts. In security, we allocated 6.11 trillion, representing 11.1% of the 2025 budget, to the security sector. The Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria Act 2023, signed by the President, has set Nigeria on the path to self-reliance in armed protection and logistics. Similarly, the Control of Non-Arms and Light Weapons Act 2024 has started regulatory loopholes in arms control. It is expected to significantly reduce the illicit circulation of non-arms and light weapons across the country. On the economic front, we supported the removal of subsidies and the unification of foreign exchange windows. We courageously passed legislation targeted at tax reforms. Cumulatively, these actions, along with the bold decision of the President, are boosting investor confidence, increasing federal revenue, and augmenting state allocations. In April 2025, Nigeria made its opaque production quota of 1.486 million barrels per day. This is the first time Nigeria has met its target since 2021. Through legislative measures, we have supported and accelerated the President's infrastructure revolution. Funding for infrastructure rose to 8.16% in 2025, sustaining 440 ongoing road projects, including the Abuja-Kaduna-Zaria-Kano corridor and the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway. In the social sector, allocation to education increased from 5.7% in 2021 to at least 8.2% in 2023-2024. The Student Loan Act has empowered over 500 students. Mr. President, with legislative support, you have established on record 10 new universities, polytechnics, and specialized institutions. This is the highest of any president in his first term. We are committed to providing funding to these institutions to ensure a free progress. Health allocations increased to 5.46% in 2024, resulting in the revitalization of 4,000 primary healthcare centers and clinics nationwide. We also supported the implementation of 70,000 naira minimum wage to enforce social protection. The House of Representatives has actively conducted oversight of executive agencies to ensure that laws are implemented and that the development funds are allocated properly. The House Public Accounts Committee has reported recoveries exceeding 61.5 billion in outstanding debts over the federal government by all Nigerian banks. A very big commendation to our Public Accounts Committee. Thank you, Honorable Salami. We have also deepened transparency through our biannual youth and women's councils and annual live televised citizens interactive session and the annual House Open Week. We are excited to announce that the next Open Week is scheduled for July, and Mr. President will be honored if you could join us and officially declare the event open. Our parliamentary diplomacy has flourished with the establishment of 82 friendship groups, fostering legislative ties with global partners. Collaboration with civil society organizations, including UNDP, BLAC, UN Women, CAS, and Younger Africa, have enhanced our expertise and promoted inclusion. Notably, the 10th House has partnered with the UNDP, resulting in a memorandum of understanding to mobilize 50 billion naira over 4 years for the parliamentary development project of the House, thereby strengthening the capacity of members of the House of Representatives. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the 10th House has proven to be a house with a human face. In March 2025, members donated the sum of 705 million naira, equivalent to half of their salaries over 6 months, to support the Mr. President Relief Program for vulnerable Nigerians. The House has also contributed the sum of 650 million to provide housing for the families of deceased members and former leaders. Furthermore, individual members donated over 500 million to support communities ravaged with civil strife in Kaduna, Tinubu, Anambra, Oyo, Niger, Borno, Plateau, and the Federal Capital Territory, assisting displaced persons affected by banditry and communal violence. Furthermore, as part of the renewed home agenda, the 10th House extended dedicated support to our traditional institutions, recognizing their vital role in community leadership and cohesion. We provided 40 new vehicles to traditional rulers across 6 geographical zones to enhance community engagement. Mr. President, we express profound gratitude to you for conferring the national honor of GCON upon the office of the Speaker, following pleas by members and for expanding the National Security Council to include the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House. Both issues affirm the principle of institutional partnership. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Mr. President, at the risk of provoking the First Lady, I wish to reveal a secret to you. Here at the House, members formally refer you to as the guardian of the legislature. You have accomplished what no president has done for the National Assembly, namely substantially augmenting our capacity to respond to the needs of our constituents. We thank you for that. While we celebrate our successes, we remain acutely aware that it is not yet over. As we enter the second half of our term, our determination is unequivocal to expedite and finalize the constitutional amendment process by December 2025. Some of our priorities include formal constitutional role for traditional rulers and legal backing for a 35% affirmative action, gender policy. We appeal to the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum and the Progressive Governors Forum to advocate for these essential reforms at the level of the states. Mr. President, I will be remiss in my responsibility to you if I conclude my brief remarks without also offering some useful recommendations on the way forward. You have demonstrated remarkable results in removing the fuel subsidy and allowing the naira to float. Now we require an equally decisive intervention in our power sector. While progress is evident, it is time to wave your magic wand once more to break the cycle of underperformance by shifting from an over-reliance on thermal and hydroelectricity to a diversified energy mix. We must embrace renewable and clean energy sources, such as solar, wind, and even nuclear, to ensure a reliable and sustainable national grid. If anyone can do this, Mr. President, it is you. Secondly, the development of solid mineral sector is essential for Nigeria's economic diversification. While we have some existing geological data, it lacks the precision and quality needed to support large-scale exploration. To complement executive actions, the House of Representatives will immediately commence an order review of the 2007 Mining Act to allow subnational entities to operate within the profitable limits of the law, while enhancing oversights and mitigating security risk. In pursuit with discipline and clarity, this reforms will position solid minerals as a strategic pillar of our national economy before too long. In conclusion, Mr. President, permit me one final honest appeal. Today's ceremony has been truly magnificent, and we have achieved what past assemblies could only dream of. An annual address by the President to a joint session of the National Assembly. By accepting our invitation, you have made history. I respectfully urge that we now institutionalize this address as an annual event. On behalf of the Senate and the House of Representatives, I thank you for choosing to celebrate this Democracy Day with us in the Happy Democracy Day, Mr. President. Happy Democracy Day, all members of the National Assembly. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Mr. President, in the midst of that eloquent speech by the writer and the speaker, Tajudeen Abbas, DCN, There is a motion that June 12 should be formalized as the presidential day of address for the joint session of the National Assembly. I'll put the person. Those in support of the motion are moved and seconded by the Senate President. Say aye. And those against say nay. Mr. President, that is the motion of the National Assembly done in your front. Well, Madam Speaker, thank you. The statistics do not lie. We are quite happy with the statistics we roll out. And the poor people's house by one. It's a better one request. The presiding officers would like to have a group photograph with you. Not announce that. If the president will see after the group photograph, he will have him straight to the chair. Whenever he do that, and thereafter, we'll have a national. After the president will be led by Judge the Senator to see us seemingly disorganized. Speaker for the group photograph. With the permission of the President, the of Nigeria is hereby invited to join this picture.